Okay, here we go. It's me, Gregory Mannarino. It is Monday, June 23rd, 2025. What a weekend. Another war. Imagine our shock. Not gonna stop. It's just not going to. And I, both of us here, we called this from I don't know how freaking long ago. It doesn't matter. The goal here is simple, to allow central banks to finish what they started over a century ago. But this is ancient. What we're seeing, this is thousands and thousands of years old, and we're just now. I think people are starting to wake up to the fact that uh, so-called conspiracy theorists have been right all along. Anyway, so pre-market report, as I said here. So let's move forward and just cover what's happening. So as we all know, the United States is involved in yet another war, and we're gonna actually outline what the final objective is. You already know, but we'll cover that. What I'm gonna talk about here with all you guys, and of course, lovely ladies, is well, let's just start with this. Uh, this is in your inbox right now. Again, if you do subscribe to, I'm going to say this is a revolution. My new Freedom channel, our Freedom channel, link in the description of the video. So Russia warns of potential nuclear aid to Iran. Let's cover this here. So I'm just going to sketch through this. So I put a link to one of the articles. It's all over the place, you guys and girls. I've heard it already. So the deputy head of Russia's Security Council openly stated that a number of countries are ready to directly supply Iran with their own nuclear warheads following the United States strike on Iran. And Russia has officially condemned, which we all knew they were going to do that anyway, rightly so, the U.S. strikes as a gross violation of international law and has pledged to support Iran. So what does it mean? It's an obvious signal to Washington. Russia wants to deter further U.S. or Israeli strikes by raising the stakes. Now, for Iran, obviously as well, this is a message that they're not alone here, and powerful nations are watching and preparing stronger support. You see, none of this is what it appears to be. Nothing is at all what it appears to be. So just stick around to the end. I'm going to tell you exactly what's happening. It's pretty obvious. So let's move forward. So right after that, we got VP here, Vance, warning of potentially more U.S. strikes on Iran. Beautiful, beautiful man. Again, this is not human either. It's not human. Absolutely. So Vance confirmed, and this is his own words, okay? I put a link to where he said it. You guys can look this up for yourselves. The United States is at war with Iran's nuclear program, but not the country. Okay, I get that. But President Trump is now calling for potential regime change. That sounds like a declaration of war to I. How about you? Anyway, so Vance also said that the United States is prepared to take further military action if Iran retaliates or fails to heed warnings. Now, I go on to say, Lions, this new war is open-ended. It's not finished. Do you really think it is? Honestly, come on, man. And the United States will strike again, as Vance is telling you. They always tell you what they're going to do before they're going to do it without formally declaring war. Again, in your inbox if you do subscribe to my new Freedom platform here. This is what we need to look out for. I've issued multiple warnings so far, but let me cover this with you. I'm going to sketch through it. So Iran's parliament has moved to close the Strait of Hormuz. Be ready for anything. Now, Lions, Iran's parliament voted to approve closure of the strait in response to recent U.S. strikes, putting roughly 20% of global oil trade at risk or at stake. This is a typo on my part. Okay. Final decision is still pending. Parliament does not make the final call. That rests with Iran's Supreme National Security Council, and they have yet to act. We're going to see where this goes. Now, I just sketched for you real quick. I mean, it's obvious. It's very obvious what would happen if, in fact, this strait were closed. So gasoline prices would spike across the globe. Supply chain issues across the board. Food, fuel, freight costs will skyrocket, obviously. And the stock markets of the world could potentially tumble. But we'll see. We're going to take this to the next level, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Now, this is the last piece of work I want to cover with you. I put this out this morning, literally like 10 minutes before this video, outlining exactly what you can expect is happening right now. It's not that it may happen. This is happening. So, war equal policy. Final objective, total monetary control. Now, let me just sketch through this, as I said. And again, I want you guys to go, look, man, I don't know what I got to do to get more of you over there. We got about 1,200 of you right now. 1,200. I mean, people talk a good game, but when it comes to committing to something, they don't want anything to do with it. This is exactly why my march on the Federal Reserve for July 4th failed. I wanted to do it, but people do a lot of talk. Oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And when it comes down to doing it, they sit in some corner and suck their freaking thumb off. Anyway, that's a shame because it's too obvious. And look, so anyway, Lions, war is a tool to justify trillions in new debt issuance. This last war, Trump's last war in Yemen, that cost us hundreds of billions in just 2 months. You didn't know about that, right? You see how that's kind of gone. You're not supposed to know. See, that ran out. Now the system demands more debt to be pulled into the now as a mechanism of slavery, dependence on the system. And of course, to allow the central banks to fulfill their end game, their goal to own it all. And that's what we have here. Puppets. And again, Trump seems to be a puppet now more than ever of Israel. Does that sound about right to you? Does that maybe hit you the wrong way? If it hits you the wrong way, it's because it's the truth. Lions, war is a tool to justify trillions in new debt issuance and to redirect public outrage away from the failing economy and towards the enemy. Does that sound about right to you? So what does this mean? I'm going to sketch this out for you because it's all here, and I really want to see more of you guys and girls over there in my new freedom platform. This is the rebellion. This is the revolution. You want to be part of it? Up to you. Or you want to sit back and do nothing? Again, up to you as well. I expect most of you to do nothing, I'll be honest with you. You talk a good game, a lot of people, but when it comes to anything where they have to commit, oh no, can't do that now, can you? Anyway, if you feel like you want to be part of something bigger, well then okay. Link is in the description of this video. Let's break this down. Massive debt creation is now greenlit. Congress will rubber stamp anything. Military funding, no questions, no budget constraints, possibly and even suspension of the debt ceiling, which is Trump is calling for right now. We've seen the same pattern over and over again. People, it's not going to stop, and the Fed is going to buy it all. I moved through exactly how the Fed is going to do it. Market outcome short term, we may see stocks higher, especially defense and energy. Things to watch, I have it all here for you. Final objective, total monetary control. Now, let me just, I want you to see this for yourself. Lions, this new war is not just being fought with bombs. It's being fought with digits, with more debt and more lies. The enemy isn't overseas. That is the deception and the distraction. It's right here. Inflating your currency to death, enslaving your labor, and calling it freedom. Sound about right? I bet it does. You know why? Because it is right. I think every single one of us understands what's going on here and why. This is not going to stop, okay? No peace president, no wars were going to end. Does it sound familiar to some of you out here? Because I told you that prior to the selection. I told you a couple things, okay? What did we cover? That whoever they selected would be the biggest traitor to the United States in the history of this nation. Whoever it was. You see who it is now. I told you guys and girls, it was too obvious. Did you really believe that wars were going to end? That debt was going to stop inflating? That we were really going to bring manufacturing back here to the United States? It's cratering. We're murdering the industrial engine of the United States. How? By vast currency devaluation and debt issuance. Consumers can't consume. Industry won't produce. But that's how we're going to bring manufacturing back to the United States. Did you really drink that much Kool-Aid? Honestly, I have to hear from you. Because there's no way that some of you are still asleep. There's no way. I can't imagine that's actually happening. And I can read through the comments. I see, look, man, you duped. Don't blame yourself. You blame the clown that lied to you, okay? A con man. It's all a con job, okay? The Bidens, the Trumps, all of them. It's all a con job, and they do not serve the Almighty. They serve a very dark force. And it's unfortunate. I mean, they're all not human. You have to believe what I'm telling you. I wrote a whole paper on this recently. Part of the secrets that you're not supposed to know, part two. Oh, but Greg is just making all this up because he doesn't understand what's really going on here. It's all real. It's really all real, right? I tell you, guys and girls, it's just frankly too much. Anyway, look, guys and girls, please, you have nothing to lose. Zero. Join the rebellion. Join the revolution. Join the New Freedom Platform. There's a link in the description. You must commit to something. 11 cents a day is literally what this comes out to. So I don't know what you're waiting for. If you don't like it, after a day, a week, or an hour, just unsubscribe. What can I tell you? I mean, just, God, be part of the movement here that I and I have discussed forever. We need a revolution. It starts with you. Whether you want to commit to it or not, up to you. What can I tell you? Love you guys and girls. I mean that with all I got. I'll see you later, 4 or 5 p.m. Eastern for the live stream, okay? We got this. Let them play their games. We're going to play ours because you see, the deal is we know what this is all about. Everything. It's too easy. It's too easy because, again, it's a repetitive pattern going back as far as you want to go. It's the same playbook over and over and over and over, going back thousands of years. This is not new. They want you to think it's new and all this is real. I tell you, man, they really got people psyoped to the highest possible order, but not you. And certainly not me. Love you guys. See you later.